Shalawaam, all praises, all honor, and all glory be unto YAHAWAH, BaHashem, YAHAWASHI, BaHashem, RAWCHAA, qadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalawaam, chasaad, peace and mercy unto all of our akim that are pushing this truth throughout the four corners wherever they may be scattered. And I just wanted to do a video on, an update on World War III. This is from an article from Shit Hit the Fan Plan. I'm out around RAWCHAA. Leave the link in the description. And it says, Israel loses its blank check to bomb Syria. Russia has decided to do something about the Israelis setting up a surveillance plane to be shot down by Syria outdated S-300 missiles system last week. It will now install its latest and more advanced version of the anti-aircraft missile, the S-300. It is reportedly capable of identifying friend from foe. So these Russians, man, they got some shit. They got some shit for Israel and America, man. But that's according to the prophecy. See, Russia's Gog and Magog of Ezekiel 38 when you read the scriptures. All right. Russia to give Syria S-300 air defenses after accusations against Israel. No doubt this is freaking out the Israelis. Prior to this development, they had pretty much a free hand to target anything they wanted in Syria. It says, see, the Most High is doing this, man. His name is YAHAWAH. His son's name is YAHAWASHI. All praise to YAHAWASHI. The Most High is doing this. He's stirring up you nations for World War III, man. He has the Russians guarding the Syria over there, man. It is said to have so far conducted over 200 bombing raids inside the country without fear of a response from the Syrians or the Russians. Russians doesn't want an escalation. That's the primary reason they have not responded to free-willing Israeli attacks. That's the reason Putin talked with Netanyahu, all right? Which I'm going to call him Betty Not a Jew, all right? Because this is these Israelis, man, these fake Jews, all right? And they're also the least of the flock when you read the scriptures, man, all right? They're the least of the flock, man. And they're going to draw America into Iran, which is going to commence the Third World War. All right. The Likud Dunkirk PM made a fool out of Putin by then framing the Russian surveillance plane to take the hit. Putin played down his angle. He said the shoot down was a chain of tragic, fatal circumstances. Russian Defense Ministry said something different when it announced the delivery of advanced S-300s on Putin's orders. Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov repeated Moscow's accusation that Israel was to blame for the crash. No doubt that according to our military experts, deliberate action by Israeli pilots was the reason for the tragedy, and this cannot but harm our Russian-Israeli ties. See? That's all the spirit, man. All right, the Most High got you gutter rats over there walling out in the Middle East, man. All right, you're just like a fucking drunk bitch in a party, just everywhere, man. Israel shot back by saying it would work to improve what turned out to be a worthless deconfliction agreement between the two countries. The Israelis also said they won't stop killing people in Syria, which proves that these are Edomites, man, because his blessing is the sword. Going back to Genesis 27, all right. Also Ezekiel 35, he has not hated blood, blood shall pursue him. All right, this man is the red horse, man. He's a fucking devil, man. Steals everything, man. Woe unto him that builded a town with blood, established a city by iniquity, man. Habakkuk 2:12. All right. If Russia is serious, the missile placement will put a damper on Israel's freedom to target and bomb whatever it wants in Syria. Israel says its airstrike on Syria are not a threat to Russia's allies Assad, but that it must carry them out to halt shipments to Iranian-backed Lebanese group Hezbollah. It has been reported efforts to persuade Moscow not to sell S-300s into Syria, as it fears this would hinder its aerial capability. It appears the S-300 message wasn't strictly limited to the Israelis. This is Maxim Sukov. Russia will jam satellite navigation on board radars and communication systems for combat aircraft that attack targets on Syrian territory and the regions over the waters of the Mediterranean sea bordering Syria. Delivery of Russia's S-300 to Syria will also stop Western coalition from carrying out uncontrolled attacks on Syrian territory, so Moscow finds perfect pretext to potentially deal with yet another pressing issue at the same time. Alright, so it's time to get some scriptures. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, and verse 1. To everything there is a season, and to every purpose, and a time to every purpose under the heaven. A time to be born, and a time to die. And we're coming into a time where it's time for a lot of you wicked ass people to die. Because wicked means twisted or upside down. You people are ass backwards, man. It's time for you to die, man. Alright, you got Esau out here giving ecstasy to fucking octopuses and shit, man. Alright. The elder YAHAWAH did a beautiful video on that, shalawaam to all of you Akim, man. Alright, man, it's time for Esau to go, man. Alright. It's time to plant. And this third world war, alright, it's gonna be the war to end all wars, man. Alright. And a time to pluck up that which is planted. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to break down and a time to build up. A time to weep and a time to laugh. A time to mourn and a time to dance. A time to cast away stones. A time of gathering stones together. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embrace. And that's the time we're not in a time to be fucking going to Hebrew award ceremonies and shit, man. Going to cookouts, alright, visiting other camps, trying to bring all camps, Hebrew unity camps and shit, man. We're not in a time for all that bullshit, man. Alright? We're in a time we ain't in time to be embracing people, man. If you're not on accord to the doctrine of YAHAWASHI, then no Godspeed unto you, man. Death unto you, man. Alright? A time to get and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to cast away, a time to rend and a time to sue, a time to keep silence and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. We're in a time of hatred, man. Tension that you could fill it with an air, man. You could cut it with a knife, man. We're in a time of war, all right? Bodies exploding, all right? People getting zapped to pieces by what you call UFOs, man. All right? People getting set on fire, torched, beheaded, lynched all over again. That's the time we live in. We're living in a time of war, man. Cities being besieged, women getting ravished. All right, people getting their heads stumped in. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 38, verse 1. And the word of the Lord, YAHAWASHI, came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog. Now, this is speaking about Russia, because you got those Edomites up in there that are controlling that land right now, man. They're up in that landmass. All right, and those Edomites are of a different breed from the Edomites over here, and these fucking cucks and schmucks, man. They're a different breed from them, man. All right, they're like super Edomites, man. All right, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal and prophesy against them. But guess what? The Spirit also has us prophesying against you motherfuckers too, because you're Edomites as well. All right, yeah, Putin's cool, but he's going into slavery, man. All right, and say, thus said YAHAWASHI, behold, I'm against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth and all thine army. Yeah, the Most High is bringing that old Soviet Union spirit back, man. All right, that they had during the time of the Cold War before all this shit got broken up, man. Now you see that coming back. All right, you see that spirit being put back on them. All right, to destroy America. And all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords, man. And you can see some of that in these pictures right here. All right, the aerial crafts. All right. These are all part of weaponry for war. A sword is just an instrument to kill, man. All right, and when you're in a fight, you gotta defend and attack. So this is this man's blessing. This is Esau's blessing. This proves that the so-called white people, the Caucasians, are Edomites, man. Look what they're doing. All right, straight war. Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the chief prince of the land of Magog, and the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against him, and say, thus said YAHAWASHI, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thy army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords, man. All right, so these Russians, man, they're TTG, they're trying to go. All right, they got those exoskeleton suits, all right, that they put on your face through predictive programming through Call of Duty. They got all type of high tech shit, man. They ain't worried about niggas in the hood with 9s and AKs. They got shit better than that, man. Microwave guns, UAVs. Watch that movie, The First Purge, man. This place is gonna get invaded by mercenaries, UN troops, foreign troops, stormtroopers, Chinese troops, man. All right, that's what's coming. Persia, which is Iran, all right, Ethiopia and Libya, which are Hamites, and all of them with shield and helmet, man. All of them with shield and helmet. Okay, so Persia, Iran, Ethiopia, and Libya. You see what's happening down there in South Africa with the economic freedom fighters, which a lot of them are Jakes. They're trying to exterminate you Edomites, man, because they're realizing you're the fucking cancer of the earth. All right, so those Hamites, man, the Most High is gonna put the spirit on them to get with those Russians and those Iranians. All right, and they gonna team up, man. Because I believe Iran was changed to Persia in 1935. Let's see. Yep. In the Western world, Persia, or one of its cognates, was historically the common name for Iran. On the Nowruz of 1935, Reza Shah Pahlavi asked foreign delegates to use the term Iran, the endonym of the country, in formal correspondence. All right, so prior to 1935, this land was being called Iran, not Persia. So that's Bible prophecy, man. You got the Russians getting together with the Iranians, Syria over there, man. All right, they're coming together. Let's see. They're coming together, man. They over here. All right, and they are guarding this place, man. All right, that's what's happened. That's what you are seeing. All right. Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togarmorph, the North Quarters, Turkey's gonna get up in there, and all his bands, and many people with these. So these Russians, man, they're gonna be deep, man. All right. They're gonna be deep, man. They're gonna come out like NWO on WCW back in the day, man. They're gonna come ready to wreck shit. All right, and the Most High's gonna put the spirit on them too. All right, and they're gonna overcome you Edomites, man. Over here, they're gonna overcome you Israelis and you Americans over here. Be thou prepared, and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. All right, so these Russians are going to start guarding all of these nations, man. Russia's going to get involved. All right, and the Most High is going to create tension between Russia, Israel, and America. He's already doing it now, and it's just going to get worse and worse until Israel draws out America. All right, the drunk bitch at the party to call her big sister to come help her. Then they both gonna get their ass beat, man. All right, then they gonna get nuked. That's what's coming, man. Look into this word guard on the online etymology dictionary. Says one who keeps watch, a body of soldiers, also carry custody. So the Most High put the Iranians in the custody of the Russians, man. And that's the spirit, because those Russians are Edomites, man. Which proves this goddamn devil, he can't even get along with himself. So now he got you Edomites at the vision. All right, you got Syria in your custody, Iran. All right, Ethiopia, Libya. All right, the Most High got you a body of soldiers guarding these people, man. All right, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 21, verse 1. The king's heart is in the hand of YAHAWASHI. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. Yeah, man, the king's heart, the Most High can do what he want, man. Don't you know the Most High made, I believe it was King Cyrus, all right, allow us to go back home and to build our temple. The Mossad's control every king on this planet. He's controlling Putin, all right, to put it in the spirit to watch over the Iranians, the Ethiopians, the Libyans, all right, the Libyanites, which are Hamites, Salakia, all of these Libya, Ethiopia are Hamites, Cushites, all right, different sons of Ham, which are so-called Africans. The Mossad has Russia watching over these people, man, all right, and he's gonna put it in the mind of these Israelis to keep storing shit up, to start netting not a Jew, but he's not a Jew, and all those fucking gutter rats over there, to keep storing shit up, all right, then tell us this escalates till the big sister gets in, the whore that sitteth upon many waters, all right, till the big whore gets in, and then that's going to be the war to end all wars, man, all right, that's when we going to come into our kingdom. Esau is the end of the world, but Jacob is the beginning of it that follow it. Let's see. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, and I'll start at verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, and that's all you ever hear. All right? That's all I've been hearing, man, since I came into the truth, is rumors of wars. All right? See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Yeah, don't be troubled. You know, this is just signifies that we're coming very close to the end. Because it says, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, which there's going to be massive race wars here in America, man. Mossad's going to rouse you old Israelites up, man. You cross down as an old lion-ass Israelites, man. He's going to rouse you up, man, to get at these crackers, just like the movie The First Purge, all right? And kingdom against kingdom. You're going to have America against Russia, against Israel, against Iran, against Libya, against Ethiopia, against Turkey, against China, against Korea, because they're united. South and North Korea united, all right? Hey, that's the spirit. The scripture says every man shall turn to his own people, because there's a great race war coming. That's what it comes down to, man. And all the nations are going to get into it. But you know who's going to win? The Israelites, man. The Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Because YAHAWASHI is going to fight for us, man. Just like he did during the time of King Jehoshaphat. All right? He made those nations fight each other to the death. And that's what he's going to do with you other nations. He's going to bring you back down to the valley of Jehoshaphat. He's going to fuck you up again. But this time, he's going to come back in a chariot and zap you nations, man. All right? Let's see. I have yet to see this reported anywhere else, but if it is true, it will give the Russian-hating war party an excuse to further ratchet up hostilities and possibly lead to direct confrontation between Russia and the United States, which is inevitable. Others claim S-300 batteries are already in Syria, which I believe it. All right, because Russia's the guard. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go to the blue letter of that word. This is Ezekiel 38 and verse 7. The word for guard is Mashamar, place of confinement. So the Mossad has these body of soldiers, man. These Russians. Prison, guard, jail, guard post, watch, observance, jail, prison, guard, guardhouse, guard post, active guarding. All right. So the Mossad has these different body of soldiers actively guarding these other nations, man. All right. Persia, Ethiopia, Libya. All right. The Iranians. And that's beautiful, man. The word, hey, the Mossad says his word should not come back void. You know? So, I mean, you Edomites, man, you about to get fucked up, man. All right? Breaking sources are, sources now stating the first S-300 systems are already in Syria. The first S-300 systems for Syrian air defense forces were delivered on September 22nd. The S-300s were loaded on Russian 1176 transport aircraft, which arrived at the Khamenei base. So that's beautiful, man. All right. Hey, Esau has never been his brother's keeper, man, but the Mossad got him watching these little nations. It remains to be seen what will happen if the Russian system takes out an Israeli fighter jet. This may be used by the Israelis to beg the Americans to start hitting Russian targets, man. This is Jeremiah 50 and 45. Therefore hear ye the counsel of YAHAWASHI that he had taken against Babylon, and for his purposes that he had purposed against the land of the Chaldeans. Surely the least of the flock, which is these Israelis, these gutter rats, shall draw them out into the Middle East, and that's going to commence the Third World War, man. All right. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them. That's going to lead to these other nations nuking America, man. He that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow. That's going to lead to the cherry on top, the nukes. All right. I gotta get one more scripture. This is Isaiah 54 and chapter 16. Behold, I have created a smith that bloweth the coals and the fire, which goes back to Project Paperclip, man, where you had those Nazi German scientists where they got divided between some went to America and some went to Russia, okay, and that bringing forward the instrument of his work, which was the ICBMs, man, intercontinental ballistic missiles. All right. They had basically perfected what they were making back there. All right, those hydrogen bombs, fat man, little man. All right, and I've created a waster to destroy, which is you goddamn Edomites, man. All right, if you Edomites, you Edomites will eventually exterminate each other. All right, we didn't have to do anything. With that, I want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory unto Yahawah, Bahashim, Yahawashi, Bahashim, qadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalawaam, Shalawaam, chasaad. Peace and mercy unto all your Pray y'all be edified.